Previously on Star Trek, Deanna Troi got her hottest dress.
Now, who's this tall, dashing figure at the bar?
He is a tall drink of warm water.
Is he having Screwball whiskey there?
Yeah, man.
Looks like that bottle.
Hey, Screwball is $20 at Sam's Club now.
Oh, wow.
You do you a favor so hard.
Oh. Oh, hey, superior officer. Wow. Oh.
Riker damn near killed her.
Riker activated.
Riker.exe has ceased functioning. Restart. And yes, for the 26 people that watch this commentary series, I will keep doing the Riker damn near killed her joke. It will not stop.
Yeah, Snake Plissken.
I know, man. To straight up threaten someone in 10 forward about telling the captain to come down and see himself, he's got balls like basketballs down there, man.
That's what Troy is picturing right now. She's getting all tickly in her area.
Betazoids have 3 vaginas, and she's feeling it in all of them.
Boy, Marina's really...
Yeah, channeling some of her topless scenes there.
Yeah.
Poor Sirtis, man. Had to be in canon films. I'm so sorry, Marina. I'm so sorry you had to be in canon films.
Well, everyone's got to start somewhere. Oh, it was all a dream. Wow, that's a big holodeck. I wonder if that was the first time we saw the bigger holodeck room.
Yeah, that's
in the series.
He had to schedule time for it. I also wonder if the holodeck is ever like Skyrim, and you're like, no, I forgot to save. I have to do it all over again. Because he just slid by, like you said. He just kind of made it through. Yeah, you know, just because he slides by doesn't mean he's dumb. He could be good at his job. He just doesn't care. How, sir?
Don't breathe that.
that is liquid neon and arsenic and mercury vapor and everything all in one. Don't get it in there.
Like you thought you could hide behind stuff. Oh, so he's not a tough guy. I see what's going on here.
He can't palm shove people across the room.
Yeah. He can barely talk to Geordi. What? It is the flagship.
Now go turn into a spider. And queue opening.
Not so tough without your holodeck, are you?
Yes. So what episode are we watching this time?
Hollow Pursuits, which is a great play on words with the word pursuit, meaning... Oh, I'm sorry, no. The word hollow sounding, you know...
Yes.
Barclay is addicted to the holodeck.
Yes. So hollow meaning empty, and then so hollow HOLLOW meaning empty, referring to the holodeck HOLO as in holographic, which also means fake. So
yes, referring to the emptiness of his life, living out fantasies on the holodeck.
Yeah. Which I do have to say in this episode, I feel for Barclay because I myself use video games and books as an escapism.
Well, yeah, we all have escapist type stuff. And in the 24th century, you got to feel as the holodeck would be used for quite a bit much more real world fantasy situations than what is presented on the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
People would probably rehearse a lot of conflict and tough interactions on the holodeck.
Yeah.
I would do that probably.
Yeah, that sounds like a more productive use. I would probably be in, either Narnia or Middle Earth or Skyrim.
So actually, you would be like O'Brien and Bashir on Deep Space Nine, where they're just recreating the Alamo and the Battle of Britain every week, but only but in a fantasy situation, like you're a character in that story type of thing.
Exactly, that is what I would do, and because of that, actually, you know what? I take that back. I'm not going to be one of the hipster kids. I wouldn't be in Skyrim. I would be on the island of Vardenfell. That's right, freaking Morrowind, man. I'd be on Morrowind. Elder Scrolls fans? Anybody? Oh, it's all right. I can't hear you guys. You guys listen to this later. The Michalaks, the Michalaks, oddly enough, enjoy Nickelback. So
Michelobes?
Yeah.
Not X-Lax, hopefully.
Oh, you could tell this is later on in the series because they got the pentagonal boxes instead of the drums.
Oh, yes. And the hexagonal ones there, and the octagonal ones, too. Somehow this anti-grav thing just doesn't want to work.
What are you talking about? You have O'Brien.
Yeah. Everything Barclay touches turns to crap, I guess.
I mean... yeah, it shouldn't.
Obviously.
What's sad though is like Geordi, who is an expert engineer, is asking for more help while he has O'Brien, who is also an expert engineer.
And also, I bet any one of these guys is a pretty decent engineer if he serves on the Enterprise.
Yeah, I mean,
except for Reg, of course.
Well, yeah, but
Oh, hot chips, hot chips, hot chips.
Well, this is why he put it in backward.
He put a DC chip into an AC slot.
He put DDR4 RAM in a slot for DDR3.
But this is a good Picard moment because he's like, hey, can't just get rid of people that aren't perfect.
Yeah.
You got to work with people. You got to encourage them.
You know what's sad, though? This transfer report that Riker and Geordi are doing together is actually why the term passing the buck got changed to passing a Barclay.
Well, that's also the captain of the Zhukov would refer to as a really good dump he took after a huge meal. Passing a Barclay.
I passed a huge Barclay the other day. It nearly killed me. How dare he have a private life? I love how Picard also is defending this gentleman that he hasn't really at all met against the two people who have been there during his actual work performance. This is just pure bureaucracy right now.
Well, it's like Picard he's trying to instill in them, like, you can't just transfer, you gotta, the job is difficult for a reason, guys. We got, exploring space is hard.
That's true.
But really, I think in the real life of this situation, Barclay probably would be on some starbase in the ass end of space somewhere.
Oh yeah, he'd be on, whatever starbase still has a ton of tribbles.
He'd be Blue Shirt Picard from Tapestry.
Yes, he would. Except for he wouldn't be asking for more chances. He'd
tedious, dreary man stuck in a dead-end job.
Barclay, you're scanning a piece of nigiri seaweed. It's not going to help you. Well, I yelled at it, and that didn't work, and then I hugged it, and that didn't work, so I thought maybe I'd stare at it for a while. Reg.
He literally can't complete a sentence. How did he get this far in his career?
It was a ghost, don't worry.
It was a ghost?
It was a ghost, everyone. It was a ghost that shuts doors.
Did the prison door open? What was that?
No, see, we live in a very peculiar part of Arizona where it's 80 during the day and 20 at night.
Yes.
So we have to monitor open and close doors. And so I apologize to all 3.5 of you that watch this, that there was a slight bell noise in the background.
Geez, even Wesley Crusher's on time for this meeting.
Wesley Crusher shows up early for everything because
Hi, I'm here. Hi. Hi, I'm Wesley Crusher. So again, speaking of Wesley, how did Barclay pass all those psych tests that they put Wesley through?
Yeah, that is true.
What on earth?
If that was required for every Starfleet cadet and only the one who gets it right goes through, did Barclay just like show up in the day when there was no other cadets and the administrator he had just didn't care to really check the results?
Yeah, because Barclay would have let those guys freeze to death in the liquid hydrogen for sure.
He just would have been like,
I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I'm just here to write reports. The report? Oh, I'm on a starship, right? I forgot.
I found out that the switch was supposed to be to the on position, and it was in the off position. Ooh, getting one-upped by a 12-year-old.
Poor Mr. Barclay. One-upped by an 18-year-old.
There he is, just rolling in the end.
And then he's going to go into the holodeck and recreate that as him as the smart guy in the room.
Yeah.
The flux capacitor.
The flux capacitor?
Jumping gigawatts.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that the anti-grav dolly works by transmuting space-time?
Don't put that dolly up to 88 miles per hour or you will get a big surprise. Just the tracks of fire down the corridor.
This is his holo program. He's going to like get in, or isn't he?
This is therapy for him, though. Like pretend therapy. Would have been a neat twist if he had just gone into personnel files and recreated Tasha Yar. Because he thought, well, she's not real on the ship anymore, so I can just get away with it.
That's true.
Because what happens when he sees the real Counselor Troy? Does he get all flustered and perhaps forget he's not in a simulation at that point?
Yeah.
Like, that would be pretty awkward.
Yeah, especially because those suits do not hide any sort of male changes.
Well, he's lucky he wasn't brought on before the third season with the original spandex onesies.
Oh, yeah.
No. Oh, yeah, this is where she's on the swing. This is ridiculous.
Do you think when she showed up and they put her in this costume, Rita Sirtis is like, not again?
Where is Michael Winner on set? Where is Charles Bronson anywhere? I can't. What is going on here?
If I'm going to lay on a dirty mattress topless, someone's giving me a towel between takes this time.
Barclay's that guy. I feel like he's one of those people shown in the movie Inception who are just plugged into the dream machines permanently.
Yeah, he just never comes out.
He just doesn't want to wake up.
Or, yeah, that's true.
It's just that we have to handle Barclay differently because he's different.
You know how if you freeze a rose in liquid nitrogen and then smash it against something, it breaks? That's Barclay. He's soft normally.
Except instead of the rose, he's the hot dog that you used for that demonstration in 7th grade instead. T-Bone. Nobody calls you that. What on the... Wait, is this a joke? Have I been drinking polyurethane this whole time?
Oh no, a slight malfunction in anything ever?
It's the 24th century. Plastic cups are not supposed to leak. Because they're not plastic, they're transparent aluminum.
Well, I scanned it for 16 hours. It's still a cup. Oh, do you remember the Voyager episode where Tuvok was... Okay.
Just kidding. Sorry. If you listen to enough of me, you'll know I have a chip on my shoulder about Voyager.
And that's fine. You know, it shows...
It's got nothing to do with Lady Captain. I felt that the runner-up to play Janeway would have... gosh, what's her name? Would have been a much better female captain than Kate Mulgrew. But anyway, you were in the middle of a thought there.
Well, I was just going to say, you know... Trek fans have their favorite Trek and their least favorite Trek. My love of Voyager more so came from the fact that when I started to love Star Trek, I watched, you know, Next Gen with my mom, and then it went off the air. And for a while, we didn't have anything. So when Voyager came on, we started watching that again. So it's more of it's more of like a family nostalgia thing than anything else. But you also know that I have a thing for 7 of 9, so
it's hard not to.
Yeah.
Susan Gibney is the actress that could have played Janeway much better. She was Dr. Leah Brahms on 2 episodes of Next Gen. Look her up. She's amazing.
Huh.
She would have been a much younger Captain Janeway, I think, but not the Katharine Hepburn Janeway Kate Mulgrew turned the character into.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? That is actually a good defense. I think a young female captain having to prove herself would have been a cool driving force for Janeway.
If she was the first officer of the Voyager and didn't have that automatic authority to just command the ship that she did,
and she
combined the crews, right?
She straight up stargazered like Picard.
First season could have been just the war between Janeway and Chakotay over who controls Voyager.
Or at least like the first 3 episodes.
That's something.
Yeah.
But second episode, I'm the first officer. I'm following orders from Starfleet, who I hate.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back on we're in TNG land here. We will do Voyager episodes as a part of SNARK Trek. I'm not excluding them at all. We will get to it.
Yes, we will call it SNARK Trek Voyage Her. And we should note that Picard accidentally called Barclay broccoli.
And this is funny because Picard called him broccoli.
Yeah.
And now Data's still learning about humor. But Picard's like, oh crap. Like Patrick Stewart plays it great where he's a deer in headlights. Like, what did I just say? I just demeaned myself in front of my subordinates. Also,
200 Arizona geckos died for Guinan's costume in this episode.
This is the brightest thing she's ever worn. Also, the smallest radius of headgear.
Yeah. I do have to give credit, though, for the costume designer for Guinan. They stuck with the theme for her. They're like, this is what Guinan dresses like.
Hats.
Yes.
Hats and gowns.
Hats and gowns. And and it is goofy and ridiculous, but you know what? It's the future, and that's what she wears, you know? Whoopi Goldberg pulls it off perfectly. Yes. I think it's great.
Well, she is thousands of years old, so she has to be modest.
Yes.
Way past adolescence here.
The only thing that's bad is when she does her her head move when she's making a point. The hats do not flatter.
I think that's leftover carpet from Space Station K7 and Star Trek Trouble with Tribbles.
Oh my God, you're right. In fact, if you look to the top right, it still has some Tribble hair stuck in it. Doesn't fit in here. That's what Riker said when... never mind.
Because that's what Starfleet's all about. Fitting in, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Seek out new life and new civilizations and make them conform.
They're basically the gentlest space Nazis. I love how they have glass on wood grain on lit stone.
Well, it shifts colors too. You can tell, and they linger on it.
That's like an interior designer nightmare, right? Right there. Not a good choice.
Change in tastes in the 24th century, I guess.
I love how this has been like a very emotional speech about why they should accept Barclay and try to help him, and we've just been talking over it because, I mean, it's Barclay. I'm coming off as kind of a jerk because I actually chose this episode, but I think that what drew me to this episode is what we were talking about when this episode first opened is, you know, my need for, you know, escapism, because you know me, I'm a neurotic, very stressed person. And, you know, escapism really works for me because I use it as a crutch, but I don't like require the crutch. I only use the crutch when I'm hurt. So, you know, like when I'm stressed, when I'm messed up, you know, popping into a video game or a weirdo book kind of, you know, takes me all out of all of that. So I really understand Barclay in this scenario. I don't understand his particular choices of what is what, but I understand him emotionally.
So we had this deep conversation where Guinan's like, give Barclay a chance. Maybe he's not who he seems. And now Geordi gets to witness firsthand how Barclay feels about the crew.
Yes.
We've got little Lord Wesley Crusher here eating pie.
Yeah.
Like Barry Lyndon.
Also, Gates McFadden in Victorian dress, working for me.
Oh, sorry. I forgot your swing here.
Yeah. She's
I stepped on your swing. Sorry.
Well, you can step on my swing if you need. Just don't step on my Schwartz.
You got the good side or the bad side? There's two sides to every Schwartz.
I got the downside. I love Geordi's mustache in this shot, by the way. It is fantastic.
So it's Geordi, Picard, and Data as the Musketeers?
Not a very good stuntman from the wide shot there. Very clearly not Barclay. And again, Brent Spiner making anything look good.
Mm-hmm. He elevates every scene. He can't help it. Can't stop, won't stop. No choice but to get it on.
In Star Trek lore, did they ever make Data a captain?
Well, in the Klingon Civil War episode, he got to take over the Starship Sutherland, and he had a really weaselly first officer who was prejudiced against androids. That's about it. Because he blew himself up before he could be Picard's first officer.
Oh, okay.
Spoilers.
Although, how cool of a Captain Hook would Patrick Stewart have played? It would have been amazing. He would have been a great Hook.
Well, he was a good King Richard in Men in Tights.
He was.
And he was a pretty good Ebenezer Scrooge. They did a version of Christmas Carol with him as Scrooge, and it's pretty good.
You know, I heard of the Patrick Stewart Christmas Carol. I haven't seen it, and I really should.
No Muppets in it, thank God.
Aw, Muppet Christmas Carol is one of my favorites. No cheeses for us Mises. And by a few, I mean a literal few. 3 whole hours on the holodeck my entire time in Starfleet.
Let's not forget that earlier in this season, Geordi fell in love with a holodeck recreation of a famous scientist. And next season, he gets his own comeuppance when the real woman comes on board and smacks him in the face. And Circles Within Circles, that is the character I mentioned played by Susan Gibney, Dr. Brahms, who would be a wonderful Captain Janeway. So back and forth there in my mind. I'm crazy. I'm a crazy person.
Riker also fell in love with a hologram.
Yes, Minuet.
Yes.
But she wasn't a real she wasn't the average hologram. She was created by she was a trap.
Still,
in more ways than one. Honeypot.
A hollow honeypot.
Yeah. I feel like he needs the same therapy as King George in The King's Speech, where he just needs to listen to loud music and read some Shakespeare into a microphone and clear his thoughts, you know, just get it out. But he has a holodeck and not a record player, so he's got to work with what he's got.
I also think he really needs to maybe just be hit. Maybe that's mean, but like, you know, just be like, and not hit, like punch him, but like slap him across the face and be like, dude, reality, come on.
Well, Deanna Troi, I think she does that when she finds her hollow doppelganger. Fawning over Mr. Barclay.
She gets mad. I am not a shy Barclay. It's like something a doctor says you have. It's like, you have a shy Barclay. You may never get your wife pregnant. I found this guy named Scotty in the transporter. I don't know what to do about that.
That comes later.
Oh, okay. Just don't kiss her.
The real one this time. Well, see, you know, unfortunately, we know Guinan is involved, but shouldn't Guinan be coming over and sitting down and saying, I'm a listener by now? Like, she should be going directly to Barclay, not...
Yeah.
Not advising Geordi on Barclay.
I didn't know it was so hard to transport giant crayons.
That's like the ubiquitous, here's this piece of thing we have to try and transport.
It's the transporter MacGuffin.
The transporter with, yeah.
Yeah, it was the transporter MacGuffin.
And now it's on that side. And watch, sir. And now it's on that side. Oh, no.
Can you imagine being the guy who has to calibrate the transporters? What a boring job that must be. Well, just don't transport off of the right one. You'll be
fine. Use a shuttle.
Yeah. Or there's different transporter bays.
Yeah, there's like 8 transporter rooms on this giant Galaxy-class ship.
Use the freight one. I mean, come on. Again, not something the captain would be attending to.
Or even touching with his bare hands.
Yeah.
Like, that could be radioactive.
I know, yeah, that's the thing. The transporter...
Or hot.
It could be made of... It might be made of pure mercury that's somehow
also,
solid. You don't know.
They skipped a Foley. That's clearly sounded like hard plastic landing on plastic. They could have made a metal clank there.
Yeah, just saying. Aluminum can on the ground kind of a thing, yeah. Brian's like, sure, I'll pick it up.
Gotta clean up the mess all the time.
You could take your top... I mean, you could talk to me.
Do you have a swing?
Hey, the swing is for Gates McFadden.
That's right.
How much blood is on those walls?
What has happened in here? What have you done to me? Ah!
Say Troy's like, the walls are screaming.
Well, that's like psychiatrists are supposed to have very mellow, non-confrontational things. Maybe some art to ponder.
Yes.
Different things to sit on for different angles and comfort levels. And
her entire office should be the wall that's behind her now.
Yeah. The green and
yeah, soft green.
Teal.
The Disney ignore it green.
Oh, she's mood lighting now.
Ooh.
Oh, I've been dreaming of this. Wait, excuse me. I need a new uniform. I'm sorry. I need a new uniform.
Do you have a pillow I could set in my lap? Also, why did you...
Sorry, I ruined your roommate's robe. Mexican for lunch. So.
Now don't drop a Barclay in my couch.
All I had to do was breathe deeply. Okay, I'm cured. Thank you. Bye.
She just has to finally be like, Barclay, I can see your erection. It's fine. I'm not offended. I can
also feel it, if you know what I mean.
Sorry to hit you with that.
It's like Barf's tail. It's got a mind of its own.
He's like, whoa, sorry, clotheslined you there. Ah! Is that code?
Well, I taught him how to breathe.
And he walked out of there like a coat rack. Why is everyone in Holodeck 2 all the time?
Literally, just 5 minutes after that, he runs straight to the Holodeck. Uh-oh, he's going to get his chance to punch real Riker now.
I was going to say, Riker's going to hit him, isn't he?
Geordi took being represented on the Holodeck with a grain of salt. Riker gives zero fucks about this. He's not going to stand for this.
Yeah, Geordi was, I have to admit, Geordi was really understanding. He's like, I understand, you're dealing with it in your own way. Yeah. Please stop, you know. But yeah, this is going to be inappropriate.
There should be some kind of failsafe where it's like it sends you an email like, Mr. Barclay recreated you on the Holodeck. Do you approve or not? You know, like being tagged in a Facebook photo.
Yeah. Well, although we learned from what is it, Kira on the DS9 when Quark was trying to scan her with a holoscanner.
Great episode. Yes.
Quark was trying to scan her because that guy wanted to pay for a Hot Times version.
And do you know who played that guy? Steven's Gonna Steven. That's Jeffrey Combs.
What? Really?
Yeah, it's Jeffrey Combs. In one of his first DS9 roles.
Oh, man.
Oh, see, there is protocol. Oh,
because I hate that mustache.
It's Riker's Code of Conduct.
Just
Paragraph 3, subsection 47.
Subsection Riker damn near killed her.
So she's defending him, and then wait till she sees herself.
Well, yeah, because she can dish, but she can't take, right?
Yeah. Especially when the captain is like a drunk oaf here. That's not very cool.
So I do have to say, Brent Spiner plays up this scene, but Geordi pulls off the mustache the best.
Yeah.
Like, oh, come on, where's Geordi's close-up? There it is. Love that mustache.
Raleigh fingers from here. Goodness. Oh, Wesley's back there eating pie still.
How many pies did he have to eat for this? Poor Will Wheaton.
They sent out to Marie Callender's, and maybe the crew got the leftovers, I hope.
I'm gonna take an American Dad quote here, but it's appropriate. He's like, if I have one more piece of vomit pie, I'm going to pumpkin.
And it's 5'5" Riker here.
I know, I love Tiny Riker.
Tiny Riker.
They even like upped his voice. They pitched up his voice.
He's got a little helium voice.
Tiny Riker's amazing.
Well, it's not my fault. I was born that way. Just because he's 6'4". He's even shorter than Geordi. The three amigos here.
Yeah, that was a really, really good synchronization they did. That was awesome. What do you mean all this? It's mainly bushes. Just walk past those old catacombs. You'll be fine.
Here we go.
Yeah. I really hope they don't turn the corner and it's Barclay, her, and a pinball table.
Here's your uppance shall come. I bring you love. See big grin on Riker there.
Well, the reason he's smiling is he doesn't have to take claim for the fact that Barclay actually took that from one of his.
Well, I was going to say that's his. Yeah, that's his Troy fantasy. And
we're done there.
Yep.
Oh, Data smells something.
Well, the ship burped, literally.
Sir, it appears the ship has turned into a banana. What do we do?
It's the improbability drive. Turn it off. Call Beeble Brox.
Best part of that movie is when they come out of the improbability drive and they're all yarn people for a minute. and he throws up, and then when it cuts back to them as people, he's still pulling yarn out of his mouth. Absolutely perfect.
Best part of that movie is Alan Rickman, because Alan Rickman is the best part of any movie.
Oh, man. The world is sad without Alan Rickman.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's technically not their holodeck activities.
Oh, she's going to take something off, isn't she?
I'm going to slip into something more tough here.
Ooh, she said muzzle it. That's basically like the F word from Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's William's fantasy.
Oh, yep. Yep.
I'm going to be quiet and let you enjoy this. Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
I only get that one little glimpse. You're lucky Dr. Crusher's not on this party here. She'd be clawing your eyes out just for your depiction of her son.
Actually, no, I think Crusher would laugh at that depiction of Wesley.
Well, that's what caffeine is for, Reg.
Yeah, you're in the future. Don't you have some sort of like hypo spray that can really perk you up for a good 18 hours?
In the 21st century, we have doctors that work 36-hour shifts on Cliff Bars and caffeine only.
Hey, I once went 3 whole days without sleep working my job in a medical environment. So, you know, if I can pull that off. It was paperwork, by the way, people. Nothing going into anybody. It was all paperwork.
Nothing going in or coming out of any person.
Nope. Did Jordy bump the microphone on his way by? The camera even shook a little bit.
Just keep the take. They're probably at the end of a 36-hour run filming this.
I know.
They did some late nights on this show.
Oh, okay. So it's like a Windows Media Player. You got to shut down the entire computer and bring it back up. Just because you tried to play an MP3 with a codec it didn't understand. Unplug it and plug it back in.
Yeah. Works for warp reactors too.
Yeah. Are we in any danger? No, but we're going to get where we're going much faster.
Yes, and last time we did this, we went to some other galaxy and learned some stuff, so I don't know. Oh no, do we turn into salamanders now?
That was when they got to warp 10.1. Do you think Captain Janeway was ever upset she had salamander babies in the galaxy somewhere?
I don't know. I think she had a lot more to worry about than that.
Oh, like the fact that she had a cute baby?
Violated the Prime Directive pretty consistently.
Yeah.
All she had to do was leave a timed bomb behind on the Caretaker's array, use it to get back to the Alpha Quadrant, then let it blow up. But then there wouldn't be a show. So, injectors are freezing, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
I think all this started because Wesley is too embarrassed to admit that he accidentally dropped his tricorder in the antimatter chamber. So now the balance is off.
Is it nanites again? Could it be nanites? What if it's the nanites?
Or what if it's those little computer dudes who are all like a unified species?
The binars.
Yeah.
Speaking of holodeck malfeasance.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was that episode.
That was a holodeck episode. They trapped everyone in the holodeck, yeah.
No, they trapped Riker and Picard in the holodeck. But...
Well, that was everyone left on the ship. Everyone else was off the Enterprise, if I remember correctly. Whoosh! I put my hands between 2 connectors. No, there are so many episodes where the computer didn't pick up something dangerous, Wesley. Don't you try to pull that card. That card doesn't work, Wesley.
Yeah, but no, it's not me. It's O'Brien.
He's being racist. It's just because O'Brien's Scottish.
That's an alarm I haven't heard before.
Oh my God.
Okay,
why
cancel
that. Get better scanners. Upgrade to like the 2.7 version. Let's see. Barclayite, Barclaycron, Barclayism, Barclay crystals.
Guy's name's Duffy. I wonder if he's a rotten engineer.
Oh. That's a good reference. That is a really, really good reference. I appreciate that one. Now all we need is for them to wonder where it is and have Jordy go, where?
Too bad there's nobody named Kane. Where is Kane? Where is it made?
Well,
did they say something is called Nicolite? That's a neat name.
Micolite.
Micolite. That's right, Micolite.
Yeah.
Who likes the Michelob?
Yeah. It's an ultra resource. I like how he took Barclay because there were so many better engineers there.
Right. Well, you know.
Ooh.
Hey, Michael Jackson gloves.
Ow!
Annie, are you okay?
Although it's not very Jackson-y. They have 2 gloves.
Yes.
So.
Oh. Well, we're still in that problem.
So, but if they realize it's one of those what do they do about it once they... Also, can't they just have the computer scan for all 5 of those specific things and then just take it out?
We've got some dry ice here.
You can't do that in the ship. If we get it down to absolute 0, it'll become inert. Sir, we're about to break up because we're going too fast. I don't think that's a question we need to ask now.
If we don't do this, the injectors will be all that's left of the ship.
Yeah.
Ooh, the fast blah 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 blah. All right.
Time to press a lot of buttons. Oh, man, yeah, you're right. He still makes that keyboard look so good. He has, like, piano fingers.
He's so poised. Yeah, look at that. He's amazing.
Oh, wait, sorry. I had actually turned on sticky keys. Let me turn that off.
Control Shift S. Control Shift S.
Now, because of spatial inertia, we are still technically doing Warp 9 for quite some time.
Invidium? Like it's a Robotech enemy? Haha.
Also, this stuff we found is incredibly lethal. We might all want to go to sickbay now.
Also, yeah, can we check on O'Brien and see how... O'Brien's just in his quarters like, the shakes. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with KK? What'd you do to me?
Yeah. Oh, bleeding from his tear ducts in his nose. Oh, look, she made her way onto the bridge.
Hey, there's Dr. Crusher.
Yeah.
No, notice she's not turning around to look at Mr. Barclay.
They're all so pissed.
Oh, wait, this is his goodbye to the holodeck. It's all fake.
It's like, Wolf, you especially, I am so sorry. So sorry.
Yeah. Worf didn't get recreated in anything, did he?
No, it was
just everyone but Worf.
That's the joke, is like that was his most shameful recreation. It was a dark joke.
Yes. I get it now.
Yeah.
And now I'm having visions of what it could mean. Yep, those are visions, all right.
I think you went in a different direction. I was thinking him
I'm going in a very different direction, unfortunately.
Okay. I was thinking of him like killing a Klingon because he feels like a weakling. Klingons are strong.
That can be it.
Okay, yeah, that's
sure.
That's where I was going. Wow, he has a big nostril. I just noticed that now.
Mad Murdoch here.
Okay, but ending program isn't erasing it. You have to go erase program.
Oh, there he goes. Wait for it.
Oh, computer, don't erase that one. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yep, told you.
Yep. Is program 9 his own personal Risa? Where it's all Troy just walking around?
Everyone has a Troy's face.
Yes.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. If you want more content, smash that subscribe button for when we release these things. I like putting them up 4 or 5 at a time. So there's plenty of them to watch.
Yeah.
At all times. And if you like sounds of our voices, hit us up online at anchorfm.com. You can tell how old I am because I say online still. Hit us up on the interwebs, the World Wide Web, information superhighway. Anchor FM, we do a podcast called Nobody Asked for This. You might enjoy that too.